Hello friends, in this video we will going to discuss about the numbers, that which is extension of previous video. So here we cover some of the important topics about the numbers, and firstly we will look at about the divisions in the numbers. So in divisions we just have like classic division and also float type division, and the float type division is also called as truncating division. So the float type is also called as truncating division. So we will just go through it, and if you see the classic division, it is just simple division. Like we take the example like 10 by 5, so we will get the output as 2.0. So similarly the float division is nothing but it will just truncate the values from up to the decimal points. Suppose if we run this, we got the output like 2.0. So what the float division does is it truncates or removes the values up to this point, decimal point. So that is done by using the double slash. Simply we add the another slash after one slash. So when we run it, we get the float division. So next, here if the division is the floating type, we can do type conversion by using the integer, and then we can also run. So we get the output like integer 2. So now we import a math module. So in this module we will import the math.float of, suppose we take a number. So what this does means, we just observe. So in math module we imported the floor object. So this object attribute we passed as 2.5 inside it. Means the floor will truncates, that is rounds up to the lowest value. So suppose we have the 2.5. So if we use this floor, we get the value like 2. Finding the nearest and lowest number. So when we run it, we get the output like 2. So when we run it, so here we got the output like 2 minus 3 something. So what the floor does means it will find the nearest and the closest lower number, that is it finds the lower number. See here 2.5, we give 2.5. The lowest number of 2.5 is, if we do floor on it, it finds the closest and lowest number, that is we will get the 2. So the 0.5 will be truncated and we get the output like 2. And for the negative number of this same float, if it finds the lowest value, so minus 3 is the lower than the minus 2.5. so the minus 3 will be output of the second one. So when we run it, we got the first one as 2 and second one as minus 3. And if we, what is the truncate? Truncation means here the value will be truncated to the 0. What the trunc does means it will get the value closest to the 0. So 2.5 and the closest one to the 2.5 will be 2, and the minus 2.5, the when it goes towards the 0, the 2 minus 2 will be the output. So when we run it, we got the 2 and minus 2 for the trunc. And in math module we can also perform some of the mathematical operations like sign. So let's do sign operation. This is the sign. Sign is the math.sign of. So in this sign we just import 2 into math.py by 180. So when we run it, we get the value like this. So this value is the value of sine 2 pi by 180. And similarly we can perform the square like math.square as we seen in the previous video. So square root of 100 will be like 10. But when we pass the negative value, so when we run it, it will give the math domain error. So this is because the native value will be a complex number. As we seen in the previous video, we can use the CMath, that is complex math, and when we run it we get the output as complex number. And we can use also the power by using POW. So by using power we can just pass the arguments like 2 comma 4, it means the 2 power 4. So when we run it we get the 2 power 4 value as 16. But normally we can just use in normal we without using this math module we just use like double asterisk. So this will also give the same output, that is 16. And next, suppose we want to find the absolute value of a numbers, that is we have the number like minus 100. So we need to get the absolute values. So I print this, we got the minus 100. So in order to get the absolute value we can just use absolute ABS as ABS. So this will return the absolute value, that which removes the negative sign. We got the output as 100. So if we want to print the sum of the elements, like we take the tuple inside this. So we discuss later about this tuple. So in this we have the entries like 1 2 3 4 5. So when we run it the output will be, sorry I didn't print it. So when we print the sum of the elements and having the elements like 1 2 3 4 inside a tuple, so we discussed tuple in later. So when we run it we get the output like 15, and instead of tuple we can also use the list like this. So even this will get the same output. So if you want to find the minimum of two numbers like 10 comma 30, so when we run it we get the output like 10. So the minimum is the 10, and we can also pass many elements. We run it, we get the output as 1, and similarly we can find the max as well. So when we run it we get the maximum of the entries. So next we will discuss about the round. So round is, will get the return the value of rounded the value. So if you pass something float, it will just do round of it. So when we pass the float number like this, so the round of it will be 3, because the 67 will make 2.6 and the 2.6 will round it to 3. And next if we suppose have like 2.467, so when we run it we get the output like 2. So the round of this will be 2, and suppose we want to round up to 2 digits numbers, and we take this as comma 2. So if we separate by comma and pass like 2, it will round up to the 2 decimal or 2 floating point numbers. So when we run it we got 2.57, and if we take more and when we run it still gives the 2.57, and if you increase this to 4 and when you run it it will give up to 4 decimal points.